Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer and I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you're not a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes or just be a lurker. Just hang out in the shadows and you don't talk at all in chat. That's okay too. We are going to be working on the Gundam OO Command Quan tonight, which is a mash of the Command Gundam, which is an SD Gundam, and the OO Quan, which actually looks fucking really cool. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. The shades of green are fantastic on this kit. I'm really enjoying it. What we got going on here? Bobby Dice Roller just resubbed. That is for 19 months saying, hi, Pat. Long time no see. So first off, let's hit the old applause. Bobby, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime, using a Prime Gaming token. Appreciate that very much. I'm going to throw the emotes back in the chat. Welcome. Thank you. It has been a hot minute, and I'm happy that you're here. As always, when it comes to Prime, you never really know. So right now, I'm at 49 out of 50 subscribers. That could go back to 50, or you could have been just renewing the you're 49 and you're still 49. It's one of those things. It doesn't automatically update in seconds, so we'll hang out and find out, because maybe I'll just take away that part of the overlay, or it'll continue. Lord Crashton says, hey, Pat. Hey to you, Lord Crashton, and welcome. Oh, apologize. Sorry, had a scratch, took care of it. So yeah, working on a good kit tonight. What else is going to happen tonight? Well, we're going to chat about some things. We'll talk about, I'll promote a video game demo that you should download if you own a Switch. We'll talk about acquisitions. One that happened in the past and we're now seeing the fruition of. One that was just announced. I had a very good dinner tonight. Maybe we'll talk about that. My old computer finally fully disassembled and cleaned. Talked about that a little bit during my stream last night, but we'll maybe chat about that. Let's see, what else? I was reminded of one of the weirdest jobs. I was talking to somebody about like weird part-time jobs, because I had a lot in New York, but I have one that's like real weird, because I basically got paid to post funny memes, and I just reminded that's a gig that I had. That was a weird, really weird contract gig that I had. So maybe we'll chat about that. I don't know, because I feel like the conversations about the acquisitions will probably be like a chunk of it, and then video games and anime and manga in the second half. You know the drill at this point. You know where it's going. We'll get into building in just a moment. Just want to check real quick here. Users, okay, looking pretty good. Hopefully a few more friends will join us tonight. If not, no problem. We'll figure it out. It looks like that was the 49, so we'll keep that. As always, our goal is to hit 50 subscribers a month at least. We can always do more, but we like to hit 50. That's a fun number. It's a good number. Let's see, what else? Let's get building. Let's get model kit building. Gonna retweet my tweet, or reply to my tweet this time with the actual link and a little bit of information, because it seems like, look, I don't know for sure, but it seems like if I don't include a hot link that takes you away from Twitter, that more people see my tweets. So if I do like Twitch and the word .tv/Pat Baer, that it actually gets more on more eyes than if I include the actual link to the Twitch stream. I still don't know if that's for reals or not, but it seems more evident looking now that I've been doing that for a while, long enough that I can kind of look at it. That's what it seems like. Who the fuck really knows? Anyway, we got our Gundam right here. We're going to be working on it. I should say up top, we'll start with this. Tonight is my last stream in this room, here in the Carolina room, which is AKA, it's like the bonus room. And we're working on the feet here, so we'll get into that. I am going to be moving back into the bedroom. My folks are returning on Sunday, but I don't want to have to move all of this gear back Saturday night after my stream. I like to relax after streams and not move a bunch of gear and equipment. So the idea is that tomorrow and Saturday, I'll give myself 2 days to move all my gear into the bedroom and set it all up how I like it. Because this computer has not been in that room, so I kind of have to figure things out. I have like kind of a space set up. Hey, Dirty, welcome. Dirty wants me to hit the ska button, and I will. New ska song premiered yesterday, but you can hear it now because it's a new month, so it's time for more ska. A little bit of a punk ska song for you, you know, because why not? Why not throw in a little bit there? Hey, Ash saying, hey, Pat, it's been a while since I caught one of your streams. Lord Crashington also wants to hit the ska song. Welcome, Ash. Here's an independent ska song. Here's a ska song from an independent artist that allows for Creative Commons use. Welcome, Ash. Happy to have you here. Welcome, everybody. Happy to have you here. So, yeah, I'm moving back into the bedroom that I generally stream out of. I've been here since like the last week or couple weeks into January, and then I will be moving back in because my folks are returning, and this is the room my dad is in most of the time, and I can't stream out of this place. I'm blocking the TV. Where I have a box right there is the chair that my dad sits on, and he can't do that if I am here. Like, that's just not going to work for him. So, gotta give him the space so he can, you know, hang out in this room and watch TV and read books and all that. So yeah, so I'm moving back in tomorrow. It'll be better in some ways and worse in others. It means that I get to test how hot that room will get with the computer running all day and all night. We'll see how much these fans work. I did get myself a metal crate that I can place this PC on, so it won't be sitting. Hey, Aristofan just gifted. Congratulations to Ash. You are now gifted a sub, so we'll hit the old applause. And I can turn off subs. Great, turn that off. Thank you very much, Aristofan. Let's throw a Bear Cave Lego Site the Moat in the chat. Ash, enjoy your gifted sub. And Aristofan, thank you very much for your 82nd gifted sub, which is just ridiculous. Thank you very much for your continued support, my friend. I appreciate it. And also helping people out. It's very nice of you. Yeah, so I got a box so that I can put the PC on the floor, which is good because it keeps the noise down, because these fans run a lot. And also it should theoretically make it a little less hot in there with this PC over my previous PC. We'll see. I won't know for sure. And yeah, I think it in many ways will be fine. I will be able to film during the day because this room, there are 3, 5, 11. There are 11 windows in this room. So that's terrible for, even with like the blinds, it's still too bright in here often to film. So I will be able to do that, a better job of that in the room that I've been in. So that'll be good. Haven't used also a thing that I acquired since being in this room is my third monitor. So we're going to find out how that works in there. I think it should be fine, but figure that out. We do have to apply stickers here. We do have to apply stickers that have to bend. And hey, you're going to see new tools. I got new tools. There'll be a video on my YouTube channel for my mailbag because I did get a new item in the mailbag. I got, these are often used as by jewelers. I got some new lock tweezers. I got a pair of 3. I have put I marked them up with a marker so that I can tell that this is the one with the curve and this is the one that is straight. That is the choice I made for there so that I can see them. And you're like, Pat, what makes these different to tweezers? Well, tweezers, you pinch to compress. These, you pinch to release an item. So this will be a nice steady hand. I won't have to put pressure on these when I am, so I won't be like, I'll just be like, oh, applying stickers. How fucking neat is that? And I don't know which of these I'm going to like better, so I have both of them right now, but we're going to figure that out now. They don't have the kind of like tip that you would normally see on a tweezer. So you're not going to be able to like stab at a sticker, so I will use my X-Acto blade to remove a sticker and then transfer it over. I have heard very good things about these kinds of tool. These, a set of 3, one that has like basically like a 90-degree bend in it, were sent by someone who has chosen to remain anonymous. And I also got a USB 3.1 hub so that I can have more USB for stuff that I don't mind being on a hub. I can just put together, it opens up more slots on my computer, which has less USB than I would like. I'm just stopping by real quick. Again, sadly, I need to be at bank when they open at 6.5 hours, so I'm heading to bed. Your new tools look neat. Have a nice stream. Ash, thanks for being here. So nice to see you. Enjoy your sub. I hope you can come back in. I know, obviously, our hours, your hours are different from most of our viewers. But yeah, get some sleep. And I hope your trip to the bank is non-eventful. Sometimes the best thing we can ask for is just like, I hope it is just fine. Yeah, but yeah, go get some sleep. Thanks for stopping in. All right, so yeah, so we're going to use our X-Acto blade here to get in underneath this to remove the sticker, and then we will... this is my first attempt with this. Is this the best sticker to use for this kind of thing? I don't know. We're going to find out. So we will put a little pressure on here, let it clump in. There we go. I have to learn. I have to learn to use this new tool. But I'm excited because it's been a while since I had a new tool to work with. So we'll get the actual right piece. And basically we are going to apply this and then it's going to like kind of fold over. So we will start with, let's say like here. I'm going to use my thumb to press down on there. Oops. Oh, it pulled right away. I have to put more pressure on the tool to release it. So good to know. Like that. Pressure to release. Let's pull that back again. Again, I am still figuring out how this tool works, or how I will take advantage of this tool. Also, I do have to be careful with some stickers that I am not putting, because they do have a little bit of ridges on these. So I got to be careful that I am not putting ridges on the stickers, but I think that'll be okay. And then I can just use the X-Acto blade to kind of push pressure on it. Again, this is probably not the best sticker to try this out with, but what are you going to do? That's the sticker that I have for this kit. All right, and then we'll just bend them over because this is one of those stickers that's got cuts in it for bending. And then what I can do is, I'll have to do this again with the other one, but I can just go and just press down with the tool. So we'll see. These might not be better than having an X-Acto blade. I don't know yet, but also check this out. If you want to, if you have some glue, and you want to use liquid cement, and you're doing like a glue kit, like when we do the cars for on occasion, we've done some glue kits. This might be great to have that instead of using your hands there. Kind of do that, and you can fiddle with a few other things, lock it in place. This might be beneficial in other ways that I haven't even thought of. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I am fairly excited about having new tools, and I appreciate the person who has chosen to remain anonymous for picking them up. I didn't even notice that they had been purchased. Usually I don't notice when the tools have gotten bought unless I am adding a new tool. Often I can kind of tell when someone picks something up off the wish list because I would like update it and like, the prices change on some things, so I move some stuff around, and then I can usually be like, oh, that thing isn't here anymore. Someone must have purchased it. But I hadn't noticed stuff off the tool section, and I need to add more because right now my tools are just a light box device, which would be beneficial, and the applause or the on-air sign, which is not that is not useful at all. That's just bullshit. That's just bullshit. I don't need that at all. So, all right. I have to also remember to get used to using this again instead of using the X-Acto blade. Use the X-Acto blade to remove the stickers. Use this to apply the stickers. Use these. I like this so far. The next sticker I use, I will switch to these, and I will try these out because I don't know how they work yet, and I don't know which one I prefer. I gotta find out. We'll see. But yeah, you just do that with that and fold it down. Great. Now we can attach these together, put in the our ankles, and then we'll panel line this before we work on the legs. We got to work on the legs next. Anyway, yeah. So I got some stuff. There'll be a new video up tomorrow talking about these things and thanking the person who made the purchase, which is very kind of them. All right, and we will, of course, got to put the cap on so that I don't stab myself by mistake. Knock on wood. Never stabbed myself with an X-Acto blade in the course of doing these streams. So knock on wood, that never happens. All right, quick hit. Speaking of the computers, my old PC is going to a relative of mine. She is inheriting my PC. She sent me, I purchased and she's paying me back for a new hard drive because I'm going to keep the one that was in there as the main hard drive. So a new big SSD. And also she sent me the money so that I could purchase some fans. So that, because that was an easy upgrade. There was room for one more fan in there if I took out the HDD drive bay. If I took the drive bay out, I could put another fan in. So she sent me money so that I could put in new fans. So now I have two in the front, one in the back, and one on the top, which is great. And then of course that'll just be beneficial. So I installed all of those, and taking out the bay, which I've never taken out before on that kit because I was using it. I was cleaning that PC, but apparently I wasn't doing the best job. Like, it's hard, right? Because you really do have to, like, when you're cleaning a computer, you just take off the front, the back, the sides, whatever, and, blast some air in there. Maybe use a no static brush to kind of brush some stuff and then blow away. You might do that. You're not taking the hard drives out. You're not taking bays out. You're not taking the you clean the filter for the power, but you're not removing it, right? You're not cleaning underneath it. Probably, maybe you are, but if you're me, you don't do that. And the computer, you think you're doing a good job of cleaning, you're doing an okay job of cleaning. So, one, maybe it's time to clean your PC. Think about the last time you did it. And two, are you doing enough? Think about it. There's not much to panel line on this. There's not, it's pretty straight lines here, but we'll hit it with a marker, see if there's anything we can do for it and with it. Do our best to clean this up. We shall see. And but yeah, otherwise it was good time to get that done. Like that computer a lot. That 970 was on my previous PC. It was pretty good for that computer, and then was decent when I built the computer that I have now. That is now going to a good home. That 970 will still be very good for my my aunt. She will enjoy it very much. It's weird. So I called her aunt for a very long time. She's not my aunt. She's a second cousin, but she's older, and I grew up calling her aunt. But she's really a second cousin. So it's always been a confusing thing. But it's a second cousin. It's like my cousin's cousin. Or it's like my mom's cousin. It's weird. Anyway, she's getting a computer, and this is going to be a big fucking deal for her to have like a nice computer. And supposedly I don't have to transfer data onto that because her son is going to install her hard drive from her current computer. He can do that. I'm setting the cables. He's going to install the SSD that's on there because he's the one who installed that SSD on that computer. So that's going to become her secondary drive instead of a primary. And she bought a new primary because they were going to upgrade the SSD when I was like, what if you bought my old computer? Because here's the thing. I was going to just sell my 970. I put it through use, but I could still get like some dollars for a 970, clean it up. GTX 970, that's a computer. You can still, people need graphics cards. They might even want that graphics card. I said, it's a computer. I meant it's a graphics card. But I said, it's a computer. It's a computer. It's not a computer. It's a graphics card. But there's still some people out there that'll be like, yeah, I'll take a 970, sure. I don't know why they would want it, but they might want it. But anyway, she's gonna use it, and that's good. Let's see. Okay, so let's talk about acquisitions. First, off the bat, let's talk about Bandcamp. Announced that they are being acquired by Epic. Epic Games is acquiring Bandcamp. And, Epic is getting into music, having licensed music and playlists you can listen to in Fortnite. There's some things where you're like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Bandcamp is independent. They had rounds of venture capital in the past, but then they bought out the venture capital. So they've, it's a startup, but they've existed for quite a while and been around for a while without venture capital. But there are certain growths that they would need money to be able to do, get their app to be actually something that has playlists in it or makes sense and works, that you wouldn't need a third-party app to actually make good. There are ways for Bandcamp to improve, and it would be easy for them to improve if they had unlimited money coming in. And you're like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And then a friend of mine was like, well, it probably has to do with the App Store. The belief would probably be, and I've seen this several places now, the belief would probably be that Bandcamp being we shouldn't have to give Apple a cut if people buy stuff through our app, is probably a better sell than Epic being Apple. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's an easy way into streaming technology. Maybe they like their tech. Maybe. Epic has so much goddamn money that they need to invest in things and acquire things. And somebody there is what if we didn't just acquire game developers? What if we also acquired other shit? Because at some point, Fortnite isn't going to make us all the money. And maybe we should have other avenues to make all the money. And I don't know. My hope is that they do actually leave Bandcamp alone, other than putting some funds into it. That it continues to flourish and continues to be a good place for bands to be discovered and to, continue to make some kind of money in a world where that is very difficult for them to do. So I have high hopes for that, but I'm also a realist, and I just hope that it doesn't suck ass. And it will eventually, we all know that eventually it will suck ass, because that's the thing. So, in general, similar to what I said with when OnlyFans made their announcements, which they pulled back on, saying, hey, we're just going to be like, we're kind of moving away from explicit content, and like, that's not necessarily where we're going to go forward. And a bunch of people responded with, well, fuck off, I'm out of here. And then they had to pull back. The thing I had recommended was, look, I understand that people are going to, like, they'll go to Fansly, they'll go other places, they'll do their best. A lot of people ended up on OnlyFans because their Patreons got shut down because of their terms of service and all of that, or their changes to the terms of service. Generally, my general thought and my general advice for these kind of situations is, if you are worried that a company that you have invested time, energy, your own money, or that you get a portion or all of your income depends on them not being assholes, my strongest recommendation to you is that you need to invest your energy into co-ops. Because not every business is looking to be a startup. There are people who are like, this is the dream that we want to build. We want to sustain this. We want to make this thing. This is the thing that we want to make, and we want to do it together, and we're excited about that. But most companies that are startups are created for two eventualities. They go public or they get sold. Generally, startups are, okay, I have this amount of money from this project or this payout or a previous startup, or my friends and I have pooled our resources and we've taken out loans and we've borrowed money from people that have disposable income in our families, or a good friend of ours also just fucking made a ton of money and is investing, a la an angel investor. And then you either get more angel investors, hope you would love that, or most likely you get venture capital funding. And venture capitalists are taking risks, but they want to see return on their risks. Venture capitalists want you to fucking sell shit. They want you to sell out for as much money as possible. Not necessarily as fast as possible, but for as much money as you could possibly make. They want you to make a thing that people want and is good and has like built-in whatever, that, whatever it is, whatever problem you're solving or the thing you're doing. They want you to do it. And they don't care that you don't make money. They don't care that you need another round of VC, or that you're going to take more investment from that. They don't care about that as long as you sell it for a lot of fucking money. And then they'll go find someone else to invest in. Or it'll crash and burn. And it'll be like, oh, well, I'm going to write off this. I know a lot about fucking startups because I have worked at some startups. And I have also spent a lot of time interviewing for jobs at companies that did not necessarily tell me they were a startup. Now, I have a lot of fucking opinions on startups, generally from the interview process, be it in person or on the web, because, the world that we're in. Generally, startups don't want to talk to me because I am now almost 42 years old. And when I was, really going out there and getting interviews and looking for jobs and looking to take risks, one would imagine that a startup might be a good place for someone with a lot of real world experience that's coming into, like, that wants to come into a different field, but has like a lot of knowledge and has like a lot of experience working in weird industries and has like, life experience, right? But they don't want me. That's them. The people with the money or that got the money, they're the ones that may have experience, or they have a vision, which is the worst thing. If they have a vision, that sucks. But They don't want me. They want 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds. They want people who believe the lie that they are a family. Because if it is a family and there is a passion and we're just, we're figuring stuff out and we're all pitching in and we're going to make it work, then they don't ask her things like, are you going to have health care? What is your thoughts on unionization? What is your plan if VC funding does not come through? Are you looking to build this business and expand this business, or are you looking to inflate this business? Like, they don't want to answer any of those questions because those questions are fucking hard. And why are you asking? Because we're just trying to do something cool. And like, I don't even, we haven't even thought that far ahead. Oh, you got to fucking think that far ahead, my friend. So yeah, I don't like startups, and startups don't like me because why would they like me? I'll tell you this. Oh, the guy doing the interview, who is one of the major names of the company, they like talking to me. Don't get me wrong. They do enjoy chatting with this like dude that like has met famous people and is like worked in New York for a lot of years and has like done cool things, and like they're like, oh, we saw that you do this and you've done that, and like that's fucking cool, man. Like they like that part of it. They don't like the part where I want a reasonable salary to live in New York City because I don't have money coming in from my parents, or I didn't get $10,000 as a college graduation present. Like they don't want to pay what I'm worth. Like, but they're fine with talking to me because also they have to eventually pitch to people who are skeptical. And that is a thing that anyone that's good at the job is afraid of. They are afraid of skeptical people like myself. Like that is a thing that they generally are worried about because what if their BS doesn't work on me? Then they got to refine their BS. Or they can just say, oh, he just doesn't get it, which is people not getting it is the easiest way out for all these fine folks. Anyway, that's a long, rambly bullshit thing, but if a company that you really like is taking venture capital, just know that that's the end of it. Like, a lot of people are continually surprised when small businesses sell out. And they need to stop fucking being surprised. And it sucks, but you just gotta stop being surprised about that shit. Because it's gonna keep happening. It's never not gonna happen. Small biz, like I said, there are two different things. There is, I want to fulfill, I want to make something that fills a need that people have, and sustain a business and raise a family and take care of my friends and take care of some debts and do all that. And I got a fucking great idea for a business. Let's build it up as best we can and then sell it off. And then I will because at some point I'm going to have another idea for a business. Or maybe I'll use the money that I get from doing this and I'll become an angel investor. And then I can invest in other people's visions. And it'll become my job to do that. That is an alternative to that world. Anyway, let's talk about another acquisition, the practicality of the Crunchyroll and Funimation merger. Sony, a few years ago, it was 2017 maybe, purchased Funimation and then acquired Crunchyroll. And that is now coming to actual fruition. We're actually seeing that merger. We've started seeing like hints of it, like shows that were exclusives, like a couple shows that were exclusives started showing up on both a little bit. This was a couple of months ago. And then last month, the Funimation and Crunchyroll Twitter accounts were starting to talk to one another or like retweet one another. And that usually only happened around the Crunchyroll Awards. That didn't happen any other time because, like, privately friendly, but publicly that is not a thing that you would normally say. I gotta get this sticker just right, and I did not get it just right, so we will see if I can peel this back. Can I peel this back? I can. This sticker is going to be frustrating because it has little notches in it, and I need to get these little notches in the notches on this piece here. So I'm going to do that while I talk about this. So then it was announced March 1st. This is happening. Crunchyroll is the brand going forward, which is surprising. I wasn't sure which brand, if they were going to keep both brands or what, or if they were going to use different brands in different territories. But Crunchyroll apparently is the research somebody did has said, no, you want to go forward with the Crunchyroll. It probably serves the most countries. I don't think the Funimation name is going to go away because that does have, honestly, what Funimation has is like, if you want to buy DVDs, you're still buying DVDs from Funimation. Like their home market, they're selling to the home market, which is certainly small, is still going to be, is still probably going to be a name. Lastwork says, I'm kind of bummed because the Variety article made it seem like Funimation as an entity is going away entirely, not the streaming service. Well, so eventually the website won't be updated anymore, other than like maintenance, because they won't be getting new things. Like next season, there won't be any Funimation shows coming out. It'll all be on Crunchyroll. The brand itself, most likely the service is going to go away so that they're not, basically to avoid confusion, because it is fucking confusing to some, probably will be confusing to some people. Funimation is like the last of the publishers from the big anime boom. Yes, so I think the Funimation brand will probably continue, but not like as a streaming brand, but as a home brand. But maybe it won't. Who knows? But I think it'll be like, they won't be two entities. You won't see a Funimation booth at conventions, but you will still see it on names on some home goods, I'm sure. So the DVDs will still say Funimation on them, because Funimation is still a name that people who buy DVDs at Walmart understand, whereas they might not understand Crunchyroll. All right, this is a really annoying thing because this ankle piece here is on the inside, so I have to like line this up here and then snap it together. This is like actually annoying. So we'll see if I did it right this time. Did I do it right? I did. I got this together. Hell yeah, I did it. Ooh. But yeah, it is, it's weird. So right now, certain shows have made the move over. Big shows. We'll talk about that in a second, what those shows are. Some shows haven't. Like, specifically, anything that's coming out this season. So, shows like, the shows I'm watching that are on Funimation right now. The Genius Prince Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. She professed herself Pupil, the Wise Man. And How a Realist Kingdom Rebuilt the Hero. The Kingdom. Slow Loop. Those are all still on Funimation and will be and won't immediately move over. I've been out of the anime scene for a while. Are dubs still pretty common for the big shows? Yes. Bobby, yes. Dubs. So Crunchyroll got into dubs a couple of years ago. Because for a long time it used to be, okay, Crunchyroll would have its exclusives. Funimation would have its exclusives. There'd be some shows that would be on both. And then there would be dubs that would only be on Funimation, right? And then there were dubs that were on both. Or like Shield Hero, for a while there, you only saw the dub on Crunchyroll, and they had gotten invested more in that. And then when it looked like they were going to merge, that kind of went away on Crunchyroll's side. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that came over is the dubs, because there's still business in dubs, especially TV. Like, the only Crunchyroll dubs are like their things that they, their partnerships with Adult Swim and a few other TV deals here and there. And of course, there'll be... and Funimation certainly had some deals going in as well. So that stuff will probably continue. Basically in April 2nd is the new season. When the new season starts, all the old shit will be on all the new stuff will be on Crunchyroll. And more stuff is coming over. The thing that is interesting to me is the Season 2 exclusives, because Funimation, sneakily, in some ways, started doing some shit that was pretty fucking devious. Like, an example for that would be Kaguya-sama Love is War. Kaguya-sama Love is War. Season 1 on both. You could watch it either way. If you want to watch it on Funimation, watch it on Crunchyroll. It might even been on Hulu, because sometimes Funimation stuff is on Hulu, not all the time. That's a whole other thing. Yeah, you could just watch it wherever. Season 2, only on Funimation. Kaguya-sama Love is War. So you couldn't watch that. Now, if you go to Crunchyroll's website and you look at Kaguya-sama Love is War, you can find Season 1, subbed, and now also dubbed. The dub came over. Or you can watch the dub of Season 2. But the subtitle to Season 2 is still a Funimation exclusive somehow. Also, One Punch Man. Can't watch Season 2 of One Punch Man. In some countries in the world, you could watch Season 2 of One Punch Man on Crunchyroll. But in the US, it was an exclusive. You could not watch it on Crunchyroll. So they still have the webpage for it, but depending on your... So if you have a VPN, you can do it. But you can't watch that there. And that's still the case. You can't watch Season 2 of One Punch Man on Crunchyroll. There are a couple other ones that had the Season 2 exclusives that just they aren't there yet. Will those come over? I assume they will. Are they coming over soon? It's weird. It's an interesting thing because, like, hey, do you want to watch every episode of Yu Yu Hakusho, sub or dubbed? You can on Crunchyroll right now. Do you want to watch the dub of Yuri on Ice? I don't know. Maybe you fucking do. I don't know you. E12. You can. You want to watch Promised Neverland, the sub of Promised Neverland Season 2, which you couldn't before. Now you can. So that has come over, which is interesting. And then a bunch of shit that I think is good is now over there as well. Like, Zaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. You can watch that. You can watch the dubs of every season of My Hero Academia on Crunchyroll right now. If that's your thing. You can watch Mars Red, which I wouldn't. I'll watch Yu Yu Hakusho up to the first tournament. Watch that and then watch the last episode, because the last episode's kind of cute. I don't know. It's cute. Kuma 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 Bear. You watch Kuma 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 Bear. You can watch, let's see. You can watch all the dubs of Fruits Basket if you want to watch that. You can watch, let's see. Cowboy Bebop, subbed and dubbed. You can now watch on Crunchyroll. That's kind of fun. Boofery, you can watch both of Boofery, which I highly recommend. That's a fantastic show. Let's see. Obviously not the current season of Arifureta, but you can watch the first season of that. Also is very funny because the shows that never appeared on Crunchyroll that are now on Crunchyroll, people are putting reviews in for like shows that came out a few years ago. Like almost every show has like a couple reviews of people who are now like, well, I guess I can tell people about this because I watched it, which is kind of fun because they're not like, oh, this show seems neat. They're like, yeah, this show was okay, but you know, it gets whatever on episode 5. It's like, Back Arrow, which I don't recommend. Yeah, and like I said, a bunch of dubs, just so many dubs came over. Nothing on season 2 of this one is really interesting because I pay attention to some of this shit. To me, this one was really interesting. The show The Irregular at Magic High School. Season 1 was a Crunchyroll exclusive. Then all of a sudden it showed up on season 1 showed up on Funimation and they got the dub. So they had like negotiated. And then season 2 showed up on Funimation, but not Crunchyroll, which had the first season. They have not gotten the, I believe they have not, since this. There's obviously a lot of stuff that hasn't come over. it'll be interesting to see if and when it does. I can't imagine stuff won't, because they own Sony isn't going to make it so you can't watch certain things. There might be some licensing agreements that make it difficult, but I imagine all of that will be available at some point. Mostly right now it is, I think the website, Crunchyroll's website isn't better, but its web player is way better than Funimation's. Funimation's, for me anyway, and I've heard from a few other people that they would have this issue too. It would happen where you would press pause on it and it wouldn't like buffer at all. So you like, let's say you played a video, you watched 5 minutes of it, you press pause, you go up and do something, you come back 15 minutes later, you press play again. It plays for like 15 seconds and then buffers, but doesn't resume. So then you have to reload, and maybe it'll pick up where it left off, or maybe it'll start at the beginning again. And that happens to me all the time on Funimation. Like, I shouldn't have to block out time and never pause on a Funimation video, but I certainly had to do that. So I won't miss that. Competition is good. Like, certainly, full stop, competition is good. And there are some competitions, right? We still have High Dive, which usually gets like one exclusive per season. Sometimes it's really good exclusive, like Lupin the Third, Part 6 is High Dive. Okay. I had Funimation keep starting My Hero Academia in Spanish, so I had to switch languages and reload the video. That's really frustrating. They should know your preferred languages and start with them. In the same way they should know if you want dubs or subs for a series. That's frustrating. Okay, but Funimation actually has a sensible way to have multiple languages other than having 400 episodes listed for a show, because one season has 6 languages. Yes, Lashbrook. Crunchyroll's beta site is terrible because it will say a show has 4 seasons. And what they mean is it has season 1 in Japanese with English subtitles and then dubbed in Spanish and Russian and French. It shouldn't mean that. They should not count seasons as languages. One would hope they'll fucking fix that shit. You're totally right. Had that with another anime in Portuguese, ended up having to uninstall and reinstall the Funimation app to make it work. On Crunchyroll's website for a while, in the beta version of their new site, it would go from like episode 10 of a series, and instead of going back to the menu if there's only 10 episodes, it would start episode 1 of it in a dub. And I would be like, no, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to see the OVA. Oh, that's like the OVAs in another language. I'm like, no, I don't want to watch those. Like, no, take me back to the menu. This isn't the beta site. This is their PS4 app. Yeah, I'm been talking mostly about Crunchyroll's website, because their website player is still in beta. So I am calling it a beta because that's what they call it. But yes, no, these are the apps that are doing this often. Their apps aren't like, I don't use any of the apps, so I can't tell you. I occasionally use the Crunchyroll app on my iPad mini when it's really nice out and I want to sit in the Porsche and watch anime. I've done that, but I don't do that often. I'm more likely to just watch YouTube videos on my iPad mini. So I'm not super familiar with all of the apps, so I can't really talk about the apps, but I know that they are not a pleasurable experience, and I know that's how a lot of people watch things, is on their phones or on tablets. So I understand how that is frustrating. Yeah. Hey, there's some good stuff that maybe Hyoka. If you haven't watched Hyoka, if you didn't have Funimation, you couldn't watch Hyoka. It's Hyouka. That's a lovely slice of life, like mystery solving show that is also about relationships. That's great. Horimiya is fucking fantastic. If you didn't see Horimiya, that made my top 10 list. That's cool as hell. I like that that's there. I want more people to be able to check out some of these shows. And yeah, if you were like, I like dubs. Now, my Funimation subscription ends on the 18th. But because there are shows I'm actively watching, I'll have to let it renew and pay one last time, which is frustrating. Because the shows that I'm watching right now won't show up I don't know when they're going to show up on Crunchyroll, but they certainly won't show up anytime soon during the season. So if I want to keep watching them, I got to pay. That's frustrating. Also, at a certain point this year, my Crunchyroll premium subscription, I will have to start paying for it because I've been gifted a premium account for a few years. The person on their team that granted me that has left the company, and so that will run out, and I will be forced to pay for Crunchyroll myself. But there will be a period of 2 months where I don't pay for any anime, but I also am not stealing it, which is kind of neat. My fun sub renewed the same day the news came out, like within hours. Well, it's the last book. If you're watching stuff now anyway, if you're watching new stuff anyway, you still do need that month. So actually, you're in the best position because you're paying, like, the new season starts on April 2nd. So you'll have the full month of March. That's kind of okay. That's actually pretty good. Instead of, like, I think it would be worse, like, if it was, like, the 15th, and you're like, well, I'm not going to pay. Or, like, the 26th. But there's, like, one episode of one show you want to see, and you don't want to wait for it to become free and then watch it with ads. And so you're like, is that worth that money? At least this way, like, it's all there. So, but I understand it's still weird. My fun ends on the 20th, so that's the day they'll move that money to High Dive, maybe. Yeah, Dirty. I don't particularly think I'm going to go with High Dive myself, but I understand why. Just because, like, they don't really have a lot of stuff that I'm looking for. Like, I like Lupin, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, I really need it. I think I'm just going to enjoy a couple months of not paying for anime, but getting cool anime. And then I will start having to pay for Crunchyroll because I do not expect that my other contacts at Crunchyroll are going to be gifting me stuff. I mean, I guess I could reach out to my former contact there to see if he still has, like, cards. Like, if he still has a way to gift accounts. I don't think he would still have them, but maybe he has a drawer full of them. I don't know. That would be very fucking funny. Also, I kind of wish Funimation was the one that continued on because I'm grandfathered into a cheaper plan there. Lastbrook, that sucks. I'm sorry. You can get 60 days free on Crunchyroll, which is not the same. But yes, being grandfathered in there. Yeah, I think I would have. For me, it's better because I do have the gifted premium account for a little while on Crunchyroll, and I don't have that on Funimation. It'll also be nice to get rid of the Verve app on Xbox because their subtitle game sucks. I've heard that. I've heard that Verve is not great on the old subtitles. Haven't used Verve in a while. There's still a few things on Verve that I'm like, oh, these are cool. But yeah, I used to be my premium Crunchyroll account was actually a Verve account because that is where the gifted sub went in, which was weird, but it was fine to have. It was fine. And then for a little while I had both, which doesn't make any sense. What did I mess up? I did something wrong. Hey, friends, I did something wrong here, and I don't know how I did it. How did I fuck this up? It's this part. Yeah. Huh. Because this part is supposed to be where, this top part of the leg is wrong. And I don't know how that happened. Let's see if I can figure that out. I'm going to pop off the front and back of this and see what's up. Okay. Yeah, Oh! I have a polycap here that is supposed to be pointing up, and it's not. That's the problem. So let's use our wedge here. Let's see if I can turn this. I can! Hooray! Okay, and now I can put this back on, and it'll be like I never fucked up. It'll be perfect. No issues. No screws ups on my part. I said screws up. No screw up on my part. I did this perfectly without a single issue. It worked straight out of the box. I did this brilliantly. I know exactly what I'm doing. And nobody saw that. It's like it never fucking happened. Anyway, like I said, I don't like consolidation, but I also like things to work, and hopefully it'll all work out. Also, I figured out I use as my web Google search, instead of Google, I use what the fuck is it called? DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo also protects me from trackers, and it's got privacy essentials. These are nice things to have, but Crunchyroll's Firefox web viewer, web player does not like it. So I had to change the settings on that because I could use it in I could use Crunchyroll on Chrome, but not Firefox. And Firefox is my preferred method of using a web browser. So that was very frustrating. I finally fucking fixed that shit. Hey, just so you know, if you ever run into an issue with Crunchyroll and the web player not working for you, Googling that or using DuckDuckGo, very difficult because people for a decade now have had problems on that site, and it's just like, okay, I gotta and typing in 2022 isn't helpful. You just have people who have issues in like 2018. So that was definitely frustrating. All right, we finished one leg. We are going to move on to the other leg in a hot minute. But first things first. Before that, I'm going to check this here. I'm going to retweet my tweet. See if I can get a few more friends to come in, hang out here. Okay, so let's go to the intro. I can turn these off because we did hit 50 subscribers, so we just pop that out. We don't need those. Hi, I'm going to do my ad break here, and I'm sponsored by your support. I don't have sponsors. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Cite the Mode in the chat. The Cite the Mode is for tier 2 subscribers. If you are currently a subscriber, that is an easy way to show, hey, check this out. I don't see ads on the site. I give Pat $5 a month through Prime Gaming, because we saw that tonight, or through Cash Money. Becoming a subscriber is the easy way to support what I do here. I'm going to talk about ways you can support the channel. I will try to be brief. I will try to get back to building so we can work on the left leg and get maybe we won't get body complete on this kit, but we might get close to it. Subscribing is the easy way to support what I do. $5 a month. You could gift a sub. We already had a gifted sub from Aristofan. Aristofan is the gift sub leaderboard right now with one gifted sub. Gifting a sub is an easy way to support what I do and to help out somebody else in the community, which fucking rules. You could also bits and coins, also always appreciated. We don't have anybody doing bits and coins right now because it's only the first build stream of the month. And remember, Lashbrook just resubbed for 52 months with Prime, saying finally been getting ads for like half an hour. I'm so sorry about that, Lashbrook. Thank you so much. Let's hit the applause there. Thank you, Lashbrook. Yeah, sometimes the renewal day is a problem. It's always nice when renewal comes in when, like, in between streams for people. That's always nice. But, yeah, that's sometimes difficult. But thank you, Lashbrook. 52 months is such a fucking long time. That's just ridiculous. Thank you. I appreciate it. 52 months is just so many goddamn months that I've been doing this. Also, hey, I got a Patreon. That's like, if you're like, Pat, I want to support you, but like not through Twitch. You're lucky enough I haven't even an account here. I'm not putting my credit card information in there. Forget that. I got a Patreon. Patreon.com/PatBear. $1, $3, $5, and $10 tiers. Maybe there's a tier there that looks for you. You just set it, forget it. You get some emails with some information. You can turn it off so you don't get notifications, and you just have to go to Patreon yourself to see what's going on. The different tiers have different rewards. You can check it all out there. I have a YouTube channel, and of course, obviously, subscribing on YouTube is free. I bet they wish they didn't use this subscribe to mean a free thing, because the thing that costs money is joining, because there's a membership and you can join. And $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. Now, did I fuck up this week? Yes. I didn't send out a Tuesday video, a video on Tuesday. I waited. It was a couple hours early instead of a day early. That sucks. But I've only done that once, so I will always endeavor to not fuck up like that. So yeah, that's another way to support what I do. Also, if you're like, Pat, monthly? No. I'm not about that monthly life. I can help you out now, but not like in the future. Well, that's where you do direct donations to my PayPal. You can do, or you can do it through Coffee. And any money that I make through direct donations through YouTube, which also includes AdSense, I include that in there, through Patreon and through Twitch, goes into a fund, and I take that money out and I buy model kits with that money. I got some high grades behind me in a stack, a bunch of different kinds of things. I've got a G-frame, the Blitz Gundam G-frame that I will be building next. I don't get to. I got a Lego set, the Super Robot, which I'll be building right after that. I don't get to build that cool shit without the help of you. So thank you very much to everybody that supported me any way, shape, or form. Also, I've been using a tool that I got off my Amazon wish list. The tool right here and several others. Because there are some things, there's model kits and Lego sets, but there's also tools there. If you would like to buy something, I will shoot a video dedicated to the things that you have purchased. You will also, if you bought me a model kit or a Lego set, it'll jump the queue and I'll build it on stream before I build those other things. So if you want to pre-order the Kirby, the Intergrade Kirby, when that comes, I'll buy it. I'll build it and it'll jump ahead. I got pre-orders in there. I got Lego sets. I got model kits. High grades, master grades, inexpensive kits, incredibly expensive kits, Lego sets that look just fucking cool. I put a new cool looking Lego set in there that just looks rad, that I would like to build. But yeah, a bunch of different things you buy there. It comes in early, as I said. I got to put pieces of gear. I'm going to add more gear because gear was purchased, and now I can put more stuff in there. Because sometimes people are like, Pat, I don't fucking know about model kits. But I understand how you could need a USB hub, which I can't. Let's see. I haven't installed that yet. I'm waiting because I got to move my computer into my bedroom anyway, so I'm just waiting on that. But I will do that tomorrow. Let's see. What else? Where was I? Oh, yeah. USA Gundam Store is the alternative to Amazon. You could buy a gift card there and then send me a DM on Twitter, because my DMs are open, with the gift card code, and I will use that code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. That's an alternative to Amazon, because I understand that is important to have. Let's see. Other things. I have we're going to get back to building in just a moment or two. I got a Discord. Jump in the old Discord. You'll like it. It's fun. I post build photos, people post stuff they're working on. A couple video links for you to check out. I have a new Pat Bear's Anime Club that I put out on Monday. This is the video where I talk about the wonderful world of this season of anime, and I recommend some anime shows. Some of them are on Crunchyroll. Some of them are on Funimation. One of them's on YouTube. You can just watch for free. So you can check that out. This week's Do You Remembaer is me talking about a bird that I think is neat. That's right. I talk about the white-fronted falconette. It is the smallest of the birds of prey. It's teeny tiny and adorable bird of prey. I just want to talk about a cool bird. I make a YouTube series where if one week I want to talk about a cool bird, I can just do that. I can read about a cool bird and then try to tell you as much as I can remember about that cool bird. That's just a thing I get to do. I designed that for my fucking self. I'm going to drink a little water here, get back to building, and then talk about a little manga, and then we'll talk about a little anime. Get the manga going here. I have a new dramatic transition to drink water, and then get back to building. So let's do that now. It's probably too long. I got to add that sound cue. It's a new one, but it's longer than the other sting. So now we can have some dramatic. I got to have like the transition take a little longer. It needs to be tweaked, but the core of it is still there. So like, get off my back about it, Mom. That's a weird thing to say. All right, let's work on the left leg, and I'm going to start by talking about a goddamn manga, My Civil Servant Life Reborn in the Strange World. Now, if you thought that this was an isekai and Japanese, you'd be wrong. Shocking, I know. This sounds like a light novel turned into a manga, but it is not. This is an original manhwa that I believe. Actually, I don't know for sure if it's an original or if it's based on a web novel. So actually, sorry, I don't know for sure, but it's Korean. This is a Korean comic, and it is definitely trying to be more of a manga. My Civil Servant Life Reborn in the Strange World. It's definitely trying to do that. Basically, this dude, his mother's dying wish that he go into civil service. That's something he wants to do in his life on Earth. Wants to do that. Doesn't work out for him. He dies. He's reborn in a fantasy world. Now, in this fantasy world, lucky for him, he's got some options of some cool shit he can do. He can do some pretty neat stuff because he has been born with magic ability and martial arts ability, which most people can't do both. Usually you can do one or the other, and it doesn't mix together, but it does for him. And he is raised... Ooh, this is the wrong piece here. He is raised in a tribe. There are apparently multiple tribes out there full of super strong people, and they isolate themselves, and they're out in the wilds doing stuff. Some communicate with the world, others don't. This is the wrong piece. I'm going to need this piece later. I was looking. Yeah, no. All right. So, all right. I got it now. I figured out what I'm doing wrong. Never mind. Sorry. Trying to talk about anime or talking about a manhwa while building. Sometimes confusing. Anyway, basically, he's just like, I don't want to do this. Everyone in my family is a battle maniac. My dad's the village chief. But any of my brothers could become the village chief. That's fine. I don't need this. I'm not looking for this. I just want to I want to go become a civil servant. So he makes a break for it. He escapes his village. And there's a problem there in that he doesn't know this, but his dad is like, my son's going to take over. He's the next village chief. So everybody wants him back. He doesn't quite understand. He's like, I don't fucking quite get why everybody is chasing me. He meets some people. One of them is a shitty tsundere girl that I don't like. Some of them are also very strong and weird, which is fun. There's one just kind of semi-normal dude who is strong-willed, but not necessarily a strong fighter that is just very overwhelmed by how strong everybody is. Also, because this is a school show, because he's going to, basically there's magic school, and there's night school, and then there's civil servant school. And he's like, I'm going to civil servant school, even though he's very overpowered. And people are like, you seem very strong, though. Even when he is trying not to be super overpowered, he still has to do self-defense training, and he's just okay, don't hit it too hard. And he obviously hitting it very hard because he's incredibly strong and doesn't always know his full strength. My favorite character is a 16-year-old that looks like he is 40. He looks like he is my age. He's a giant man with a mustache. He's my favorite character because he's just oh, I'm so glad I met someone my age. And then our main character's like, what? Wait, what? What do you... No, but what do you mean by that, though? How's that? What? What's going on with you? That is also very strong, but wants to be a civil servant. That's fun. And, of course, there's, a big thing that's coming down the pipe that's going to happen. There's another tribe that's going to get involved with some shenanigans, and who knows, and like his, they're still trying to track him down and find out like what he's up to and like bring him, like they're still trying to bring him back, and he doesn't want to be brought back. There's a lot of like underworld people who are like, we gotta find this dude and figure this shit out. A lot's going on, but it's interesting from a like, I know like what this is pulling from. I know the genres that this is like trying to do. It's interesting to see the not just like a Korean take on the subgenre, because there are a lot of shows like that. There are a lot of like reincarnation isekai shows, but generally those are about like being a hunter or the Murim world. This one is just like, nah, it's a fantasy world. It's just a fantasy world. It feels a lot more like it is trying to be a manga, but it is made with manhwa sensibilities. And as someone that has read a lot of, books like this, it's interesting. I don't know. I find it interesting. I don't think it's great. I don't know if I would recommend it to you. But if it sounds like something you'd like, maybe check it out. Because I don't know. I don't know if it's good, but I think it's interesting. And I might be at the point where I'm more interested in interesting than good. I still like good. It's still got to be okay. Like, a lot of times, there are only so many manhwa that I read, which are the Chinese books. There's only so many Chinese books I read because a lot of the art there I do not enjoy. This is not fun to look at. And this manhwa at least is pretty to look at, so I can appreciate that. I enjoy looking at it. Now let's talk about some anime. We got some time to talk about anime. I mean, all the time in the world, my friends. Talk about some goddamn anime here as I put some polycaps on some things. So let's start with she professed herself Pupil the Wise Man. Man, I don't know if I'm going to keep watching this. There's so many shitty characters in this show. There's a girl. There's like and I was like, oh, well, maybe she'll go away, because they introduced some characters that went away. But no, this girl seems to be like ride or die. She's just like too into our main character. She's just like all about it and like doing that like, I'm horny for what's happening right now energy, but it's not horny, but it is horny. It's just not fun. I don't know. There's a lot of shit in that. Also, I said that, like sometimes I'm fine with reading a comic that I don't necessarily love the art, even if I just like kind of like the art. I do not feel that way about computer-generated graphics mixed with digital, because sometimes that shit looks terrible. And in this show, holy shit, it fucking looks terrible. It looks goddamn horrific. Any monster, the main character summons things, and some of those summons look like ass, and it is not fun to look at. It is often very harsh to look at and very unfortunate to look at. Oops, I should not have combined these two pieces. So we're going to wait on that because we have to put in this part, which was annoying the last time I did it, and it'll be annoying this time, but we'll do it there. So yeah, every episode I watch of that, I'm like, is this the last one I watch? And then I watch it again, because I'm not like skipping shows this season, because I don't have enough time, so I might as well. I am still enjoying In the Land of Leadale. This episode was kind of like a mismatch of stuff. There was like a mermaid that got introduced, and then we got introduced to a mermaid, and then it was like, cool, we'll see you later. And I was like, what's going on with this mermaid? And I don't know what's going on with this mermaid because we passed over her really quickly, and so I don't know what's going on with her. I guess we'll find out later if this means anything, or if this was just like we added this other character. We wanted to have a mermaid in here. The best part of this episode was the interactions between Saber and our Kane, our main character, who are both people who got summoned to this world and understand that they are in a video game. he accidentally or inadvertently, without realizing what it would look like, did a Princess Carry, and she has never had that before. And now everybody, all the knights that work underneath him, because he's a knight commander, think that they're dating, and they were just like, "Oh, is this your type? Oh, okay. Well, she's so strong. I'm so impressed that you like a stronger lady." And it was just like, it was very fun because he was not expecting that. He was not, expecting to have that happen. That was not his intention. And they're both cutely awkward about it. And I like that. Also, I think it's fun that the main character maybe might date a dragon man. I think that's neat. Why not? Why not date a dragon man? Who cares? Who's stopping you? It's 2022. Date a dragon man. You're a 100 years old witch, a high elf. Yeah, date a dragon man. Find love wherever you can, right? I don't know. It's fun. Also, zombies showed up, which is being thought that it might be because of another player doing this. So, we might be introduced to more player characters, and we might learn a little bit more about what's going on in this and what happened and why. At this point, we know that there have been 4 player characters that have been summoned in this world. We have met 4 of them. There might be more. We don't know. And that is interesting. And that generally does not get explored in these kinds of games. These kinds of anime where people were playing a VR MMO and now awoken to find themselves in that VR MMO. Generally, the why and the how never get explored. So I'd be interested to see if this one tries to do that. And then the last one is The Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. Thank God for all of these support characters in this anime, because this main dude, I understand that most of him being shitty is an act because he is trying to play like he is not a super smart and talented main character, but that means that he is often selfish and shitty to avoid people thinking that he is as capable as he actually is. And it gets, in my opinion, kind of gets fucking old that he is like constantly like this. So I could do with him. Like, it's nice that there are cool support characters that are like fun to watch, and also some of them are also crafty and running their own schemes, and I like that. I like that it's not just him that is like the smartest person in the room, because sometimes he gets outsmarted, and of course eventually he's going to turn the tables on the people that think they're turning the tables on him, but that's not always the case, and I like that. I think that's pretty good. Let's see. That's it for that. Hey, if you have a Switch, you can download the demo for Kirby, the new Kirby game. There's a demo out. If you haven't already downloaded that demo, you should, so you can get some mouth mode going and eat some stuff. So get mouth mode going on Kirby if you haven't done that. I don't have a Switch, so I am recommending you do that. Do what I cannot, which is check out that cool shit, because that seems fun, and that Kirby game looks awesome. Let's see, anything else? I already have a mouthful mode in real life. Lord Cratchton can never have too many mouthful modes. You know, you think you're all mouthed out, but maybe you got room for more mouth. That none of this is coming out in a way that is great. All this could be taken out of context and ruin me. You ruined me. Anyway, it seems neat. So check that shit out. Video games. Last night on stream, played a bunch of Power Wash Simulator, the update to Power Wash Simulator, the 0.8 update, which was very fun. It's going to take me a very long time to finish that subway, because that subway station is just huge. I have completed the second task. Today I went ahead and completed which turned out to be like pretty fucking fun. and a couple annoying parts underneath and some corners I couldn't quite see where I was supposed to be washing. But I did get farther in the and finish the fortune tellers like setup, which unlocked for me the statue, which is there's a lore dump there with the statue and some progress on that. And that statue is fucking huge. It doesn't take that long to actually wash it if you have a good sprayer, but I think it's the tallest thing in the game. It feels taller than some of the tall houses. It's huge and awesome. This is a giant, cool, weird statue. And then when I finished that, it unlocked the stunt plane, which apparently the lore of it is that they were egging that temple house that we washed. They wanted to egg it on this plane, and then they went go low because I want to buzz it, and they went below where they had dropped the eggs, so the eggs landed on the stunt plane. So you need really high-powered washer stuff to clean that stunt plane. It is gross. And there's also rust. But I think visually that's very funny. Obviously we don't see it, but that is pretty funny. So I got a stunt plane to do, and then I'm just going to fucking take my time with that subway. I did most of all of the floors in the tunnel. And I've done, so I've got, there, I've gotten some work done there, and the rails are all done now. And I still have some of the walls to do and all of the ceilings. I'm trying to get enough money to get the full extension, and then probably the foam sprayer if I can, or the soap sprayer, and just spend all my money on finishing that. Still good. That game fucking rules. It is one of the best investments I've ever made on a kit. Or it's not a kit, on early access. They have put so much effort into that, and I really appreciate it. And it's fun and just a good game. I do think that sometimes they want to dump out that lore with the text messages, and sometimes it is fucking too many text messages, and I'm like, settle the fuck down, game. Fucking relax with them. They might be too into their own lore for my liking, but it's still fun. It's still a game I recommend. I look forward to them finishing it so that I can tell people that it's an instant purchase. And tell people to go out and get it. We'll see. What are y'all playing? Are you watching anything? You doing anything on the old internet? You playing any games? Let me know. This is your time to shine. Your time to let me know what you're up to so that I can be like, ooh, and I'll read it and tell you about it, and it may spur some thoughts. I don't know. Maybe it will. I do have one other thing to talk about tonight that we didn't get to that maybe we could talk about. This weird job that I had. So if we don't have a lot of conversation starting up in chat, we can talk about this one of the weirdest jobs I've ever had, because I get asked about now and again, because I lived in New York and I had certainly some strange work while I was there, making ends meet and doing all that before I got my full-time job. Just that Elden Ring. Lashbrook is just Elden Ring in it. Nice. I'm glad. Enjoy that Elden Ring. Enjoy it, you tarnished bastards. Sorry, everyone in that world fucking hates you so much. Except for the lady that wants to hug you, and then it takes away some of your vitality. And that's not a deal breaker for some people. It seems to be really annoying for others. Fine by me. Might be getting close to the end of Horizon. Forbidden West, Horizon 1 Dawn. Nice. I hope, you might be. Who knows? You might also have 15 more hours. I took a tiny portal to an area where I'm absolutely getting destroyed by every enemy, and there are dragons everywhere. Yeah, that sounds bad. Did you want to take that portal, or was it one of the trap portals? Because I heard there's trap portals. Spoilers, I heard there's trap portals in Elden Ring where you're like, you think you're doing one thing, and it's like, psych, go over there. Deal with this shit. You're now in the hardest part of the map. Tough shit. I finished the subway and halfway through the fortune teller. Nice, Lord Cratchit. Yeah, I just was like, I don't have to finish the subway, so because this is gonna fucking take forever. So I went and did something else. But yeah, I hope you have fun there. Can I talk about? Do I want to talk about the funnier die thing? I don't know. Maybe that's a conversation for like. Maybe that's a conversation for like another stream because it's a good story and it's a long story. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. Anyway, I had a weird job. I worked for Funny or Die, for like 4 weeks. It was worked in there twice a week, like 9 to 5, or I think 10 to 5. Yeah, I worked 10 to 5 with paid lunch, and it was a weird 4 weeks. And I think I'm going to make a note to talk about that on Saturday because I don't want to talk about that tonight because I want to give it plenty of time because it's a pretty good weird story. So we'll just save that as the thing I talk about there. It does involve the movie Live, Die, Repeat, weirdly enough. So there's my tease. So come back on Saturday for the Funny or Die job. As someone who hasn't played either Horizon, the spoilers on the Next Lander podcast have been weird. Yeah, I mean, I didn't play either, and I'm not listening to them because I don't care about it. So that's my solution: is I don't listen to the spoilers about a game I don't have any interest in. I'm just avoiding it 100%. But I'm sure it's weird if you are listening to it and you don't know anything about it. It was clearly labeled Portal. I took intentionally. Well, there you go, Lastbrook. You brought this on yourself. I think Power Wash is going to have a weird end of the world story. Yeah, Lord Crescent. So I don't want to give any spoilers on it, but they like make a bunch of like oh shits. Like you get some text that sound like things are about to pop off, and then when I got to the stunt plane, you get some like follow-ups that maybe paint it in a slightly different picture. But I do think the last stage in this game is you power washing a volcano to stop the volcano, or it is after the volcano has erupted, you power washing places of all the soot. And maybe it's like a stage you've been to already, now covered in soot. I don't know what it's going to be, but those are my two thoughts. Traditional tech in ending, yes. I think it would be great if you are power washing a volcano from the inside. We throw the power washer into the volcano. Yeah, I think that would be great. We finished the other leg. We got 2 legs here, ready for a waist. We got time. Let's build a waist. Let's body complete this kit. That's fun. Let's get body complete on it. And then we got to do the backpack with the weapons and all that, and that's the next stream. That's how we stop it from erupting somehow. Yes, is by washing it, because we are appeasing it by washing it. I don't know if that's what's happening. Again, I'm making silly assumptions based on little to no knowledge of how this actually works. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I can talk about my dinner. I was pretty pleased with my dinner tonight. I had some chopped steak because I had gotten a special. A neighbor was like, "Hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Do you want to come?" So it's one of the things you don't think about when you order all your groceries via a website is you can get some deals, but other deals are just never going to be listed. And so like it's hard to be like, "Hey, go and see like what's on sale that is like the sell date is like coming up soon, so you can get a deal on it." So I was able to go in person, and then I managed to get a deal on some chopped steak because it was must sell by a couple days. So I just cooked it all up. So tonight I took some of that chopped steak, chopped it up even finer with some peppers and some onions and some garlic. And I put that with American cheese because I didn't have provolone. I would prefer provolone, but didn't have provolone. American cheese. And I put that on a Kaiser roll. Nice toasted Kaiser roll. And a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And that was fucking so goddamn good. It was so good. I did such a good job on that sandwich. And had it with French fries and some peas that I wanted to finish up. And that was unbelievably tasty. And I was so happy with it. Can't begin to tell you. My cooking, photographs of me cooking experiment is wrapping up. that will be concluded Saturday. Will be my last like photograph of a meal I have made for myself and just me. Nothing like big coming in those next couple days. I believe that I will. Let's see. What I'm gonna do pasta tomorrow. I have some chicken, so I'm gonna dice up that chicken and put it in with some kind of pasta. I don't know if it's gonna be spaghetti or shells or ziti. I think I might do ziti. I might do ziti with the chicken because I have several kinds of pasta, so I don't know quite yet what I'm gonna do with that. But that could be the next thing, and then my last meal, which will be Saturday by myself, will most likely be pork chops because I have some boneless pork chops. And I'll probably do that with, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I got options. Why does this not want to? Sorry. Put this thing there. Goes there. And then this. This doesn't seem like it should stay on. It seems like there's like a missing part here. This. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to take a second here. This looks right. Goes in like that. That's the one. Because there's a polycap there. And then this goes here. There's a polycap here, like a ball. But this doesn't feel like it's actually like super on here. It feels like it is very loose. Maybe it's supposed to be loose. Oh, maybe it goes low. Is that what it is? All right, I don't know. We'll find out. But this does not feel good. This does not feel like it is right. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, this doesn't feel good at all. This feels bad. Let me look at this one more time. Sorry, everybody. Anyway, yeah, I'll be doing some cooking. I'm excited about that. Okay, that goes in like that. Yep, yeah. That goes down on there. Sure. And then this slits in. And there's just nothing else. And maybe this is just always goddamn loose? That doesn't seem right at all. That doesn't seem like it should be like that. But put it like that. That doesn't seem right either. Well, maybe that's right. Yeah, maybe it's supposed to go like this. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, okay. No, this is correct on the back of the kit. And then this is, all we saw was E5 and PC9. I'll just double check that's PC9. Couldn't be another one. Yep, that was PC9. Polycap, I should say. And that pops in like that. Looking again. There's no other place for this to go. Yeah, I think this just is shitty. Weird. That's weird. I don't like that. Yeah, this is just on here bad. Okay. Well, hopefully it won't fall off all the goddamn time. And maybe, like, as we put this all together, friction will hold it together. But that doesn't seem good. It seems bad. Well, hopefully I won't be constantly shoving this back on all the time. But yeah, that doesn't feel great. These are kits that Bandai kit bashes themselves. So you'd hope that they all work out. But occasionally you might end up with some parts that are not perfect. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to do some cooking. I'm excited about that. I am kind of looking forward to having the bedroom back and doing all stuff in there and not being out here. Being able to film during the day because I can control the lighting better in that room than I can here. That's nice. Looking forward to seeing my folks. That's something I certainly am looking forward to because I have not seen them since January, middle of January. So I am looking forward to that because, love them. So want to see them. And yeah, I don't have anything like big in March. The end of April is the is me helping out with the Plamo Weekender, so that'll be a big event. So I'm looking forward to that. We will have a schedule up for that supposedly soon, maybe this week. We'll get the schedule up. I will start making, hopefully in April, some appearances, which means I have to start asking if I can make some appearances on places that you know and things you like. Hopefully I can make some like promotional appearances, try to get the word out that this is happening and that we want people to come and see it. Because that would be nice. And I don't know for sure, but I believe that I will be having a Saturday night stream around my normal streaming time, the last weekend of April, the last Saturday of April, basically. And it will just be, I'll host it, but it will be on the Plamo Weekender Twitch account. So, but I'll host it here if you'd rather prefer there. But I won't look at that chat. And same thing as last year, I will be opening card packs. I believe I will only have 2 hours this year. And I will be working on a cool dragon, which is fun. I don't want to say the name of the kit yet. I'm waiting to promote that. But I will tell you that I am building a model kit of a fucking dragon to raise money for charity, which is some Pat Bear. That's some definite Pat Bear shit right there. That is what I'm doing. Let's see if I can use this to help get this polycap in. Could it help? That kind of helped. All right. Yeah, that wasn't bad. So yeah, so there'll be more about that, but that's in April. So right now in May, normal shit. I don't really have anything like big planned. Normal streams. That came right off. Well, we'll see if you get to build the dragon. I mean, Lashbrook, I'm still going to build it. Now, I might not build all of the dragon because too many people will have give me money, and I have to stop what I'm doing to open card packs for like baseball teams that no longer exist, and like and what have you, and anime, and then one pack of gotta chase that dragon indeed, and then one pack of cards from a trading card game or playing game that is a TCG where those cards are in Russian. So that will be weird to open and look at. That will be an odd thing. Yeah, this thing just does not want to stay on. Weird. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. But let's try to get this assembled here. We'll get it all assembled. I'm gonna I will do my normal job of painting all of this once the stream is done, or panel lining. I'll do that after. This does have the cap here that you put on the bottom of the kit so that you can, so you don't have the little hole for the stand. But I don't usually attach that part because I like putting kits on stands. So I'm going to leave that on there just so that I can easily have this, and so I can just put it on a stand whenever I want to. All right, so we got to put this on here first. Yeah, this front part sucks. I don't have any blue tack with me, but I might just try to adhere that because this is just so wobbly and weird, and doesn't feel good. It's very weird. But yeah. We'll get this. We'll body complete this kit, and then we have the backpack that has weapons to build, and we got the shield that and the shield that has a gun in it, and then also the sword. Or sorry, we have the gun that has a sword, and the sword itself, and then also the shield to build. So we don't have that much left to do on this kit, but we do have a few things. Which we will do on Saturday. Saturday stream will feature those things. And also, the G-frame, the Blitz Gundam G-frame. Never built a G-frame before. And then if there's time, we also will do the Lego 3-in-1 Super Robots. And of course, Saturday stream, as I said, will be in my bedroom. I'll be back there instead of being here, which is where I have been streaming since January. I guess we just hit that because all we're doing is the front. Yeah, this piece does not seem to want to stay on. Not that you would necessarily grab this kit from there anyway, but that's annoying. And we'll just clean that up here. Also looks weird. Because there's like a thing to connect something to, and nothing on this kit connects there. So it's just weird. It's just a weird piece on this kit and looks weird. Just, you know, it's a weird thing that looks weird. What do you want from me? But this is the body complete kit. This is the Gundam OO Command Quan. And we are almost completely done with it. We are body complete with it. We still have the backpack and the weapons, as I said, which we will get to on a future stream. We get to finally do this cool piece that looks like a Lego. This piece right here. Doesn't that look like a Lego? It does, in my opinion. The 4-prong, which is the launcher, a rocket launcher on there. Couple more stickers on there on the backpack, and also we got to build a sword, and we got to build a gun that's on the sword, and a shield as well, and do the whole thing. And yeah, this piece just fucking loves to fall off, which is fun. I don't know, it's a good looking kit. Other than that one part of that, I'm still enjoying it. Anyway, I'll be building more of this kit on Saturday, which is my next stream. But we are almost done with tonight's stream. But of course, we can't finish things up without a raid. We got a raid. I got to put this back in the right spot. We got a raid. We got to go hang out with somebody else out there on the internet who's doing cool stuff that we want to hang out with. Because that is how we end every stream. We end every stream with a raid. So let's go find somebody who's doing cool shit that we want to go spend some time with. We want to be a cool, supportive, nice people in somebody else's good time stream. So we'll go see who's doing what. Let me see my list of people and who we want to hang out with here. We got that. Who's doing some stuff? Hey, Liz Star. We haven't hung out with Liz in a while. And maybe she's playing Klonoa and Tomba. Oh, she's playing Tomba right now. So the stream was Klonoa and Tomba. She's playing Tomba for the PlayStation 1. I believe on an actual PlayStation 1. But let's go hang out with Liz. Liz rules. Her community is great. So we'll go hang out with her and her VTuber self. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you come on this raid. It's going to be fun. You don't know Tomba. You don't know what the fuck that is. So come check that out. Maybe you do. Maybe I'm being rude. But come hang out. I'll be there in chat. And then I'll be back on Saturday for another stream. Thanks for being here, everybody. Have a great night. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.